So I was reading through the comments from my last video about digital and digital control consoles being worthless. And in the comments, someone was asking me, will there ever be a point where digital improvements are small enough that it wouldn't matter if you're using a 2025 digital control console in 2045? I think there's going to be leaps and bounds of technology that, by 2045, the console's not going to resemble anything like what we have right now. This is just me thinking out loud. The modularity of a console. So, I saw a video one time where Steve Vai was talking about his console that he had. I think he had 10 channels of 1073, and then he had 10 channels of API. He had a custom made for himself, but that's a very expensive console to make. Well, what if they brought that cost down and you made a console the way you wanted to, modular the way you wanted to? You pick out the faders, the panning, how you want everything panned, how do you want the master section to be, what kind of EQs that you have in each channel, all that kind of stuff, but at a reasonable price. Maybe a console that you can build out on. Maybe it's a digital controlled console. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Also, someone else made it a good point is the communications. They went from FireWire, and then they went to what was it? Now they're at Dante, and there may be something that's even faster than Dante or more information than Dante, and you're going to want your console or your recorder or whatever you have to be compatible with this. And the other thing that it says, will console company make a digitally controlled console that can actually be updated properly as digital tech grows? I mean, it's possible that they can do that, but it's hard to think ahead of what's going to be going on. And then the other thing he was asking, making it future proof in a realistic way. Would they even want that? And that's the other thing. As there's less and less money coming into consoles being sold for less and less money because there's just not a market there, and where does the money come from? There's less and less money going into R&D for these console companies. So they're not going to be developing new products like they would like to, because they don't have the money to put it into the R&D. So the future proofing thing, I don't think that's going to happen. It's just you use the console as long as you can make money with it, and then when you find out it doesn't work for what you're trying to do, you move over to something else. And I don't even know if it's going to be a console. I mean, the Avid, the S6 is kind of an interesting idea where everything's modular, where you can get it with so many aux sends or so many everything's modular, so you just order it the way you'd like it to be. But that's another good point, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Avid control surfaces, you have to pay a subscription fee. So every year you have to pay a licensing fee to use that console for the S6. So I think it's around $1,500 or $1,200. So with all this digital technology, you got to be careful. You're connected to the internet, or somehow they're connected to you, and they're giving you permission to use your hardware that you've bought. They're updating the software to be used every year. So it's a kind of a slippery slope there. So I thought it answered this one commentators saying, would it matter using a 2025 digital control console in 2045? In 2045, we'll see what they're going to have, but that's a way long way off. So there you go.